Now I always seem to get a bit of a mixed reaction from my axe tune-up videos, so my answer to that, we're going to tune up another axe. This hatchet is the brand new Husqvarna camping axe. And like all the Husqvarna axes, it's got all kinds of potential, it just needs a little bit of TLC. So if you're into hatchets like this one, you might want to stick around. For years I taught survival and outdoor leadership in the Marine Corps. Now my passion is helping you to develop the skills and techniques required for outdoor recreation. I'm Norseman, and this is Survivology 101. In this video, we're going to tune up Husqvarna's new camping axe. Husqvarna calls it a camping axe, but it's very comparable to Gränsfors wildlife hatchet in size and shape. It has the traditional Swedish lugged cheeks, and it weighs in at about 1.75 pounds. The overall length is exactly 15 inches, and it has the advantage of a curved handle. Now, while this axe isn't widely available yet, I ordered mine at Bailey's online for $70 plus shipping. And although it's the same length as the Husqvarna hatchet, the head shapes vary greatly, as does the weight. The overall fit and finish are pretty typical to the Husqvarna line from Holtz-Bruks. There are a few gaps around the head, but the handle grain is good, and we can work with that. Now my first step is going to be to sharpen and file the bit and try and develop a nice convex grind. Now I'm not too overly concerned right now with file marks and making everything smooth and polishable or even sharp. I just want to get all the angles correct. I want the grind to go a little more toe to heel and less equal all the way through it. So I'm not too worried about putting on a fine edge right now. I just want to make sure that I got the grinds roughly where I want them to be, and I'm looking for a fine carving edge. Now right now I'm just doing a lot of light shaping because what I'm really trying to do is define the edge and make it what I want. Now I'm pretty happy with this grind at this particular stage in the project. Now my next step, and possibly the longest part of this whole process, is going to be to try to get all these old grind lines out. So now I'm starting with 120 grit sandpaper and some simple green. And I need to try and get all of those file marks out. So this phase is really all about patience and elbow grease. I'll work from 120 up to a 6 or an 800 on both sides of the hatchet head.
been dreaming so much lately about your face when you're smiling. It's the only thing that saves me. Hey, I don't know if I told you that I think you're beautiful, and how I can't wait to hold you. Yeah, you pull me up when I'm falling down, and I don't know what I would do without you. Yeah, you pull me up when I'm falling down. Hey, now look into my eyes. You can use them as a mirror, baby. You're my ticket to paradise. Hey, now everything's alright. We've been longing for each other.
So now I'm thinking we're pretty good with the axe head. So the next step, I'm going to have to take out like that unsightly lump right here in the handle. I want to card scrape and sand the handle to blend this transition a little better, remove the grime that got worked into it from working on the head. Then I'm going to burn the handle, sand it one more time, and coat it in beeswax.
Longing for each other, and it feels like I'm on cloud nine. I don't wanna be without you. This is something that I know for sure. It's just something about you. I just want more. Tell me what you wanna do right now. Tell me what you wanna do tonight. I really don't care as long as I'm with you. Hey, now look into my eyes. You can use them as a mirror, baby. You're my ticket to paradise. Hey, now everything's alright. We've been longing for each other, and it feels like I'm on cloud nine. Hey, now look into my eyes. You can use them as a mirror. You're my ticket to paradise. Hey, now look into my eyes. You can use them as a mirror, baby. You're my ticket to paradise. Hey, now everything's alright. We've been longing for each other, and it feels like I'm on cloud nine. Yeah, you pull me up when I'm falling down, and I don't know what I would do without you. Yeah, you pull me up when I'm falling down. Yeah, you pull me up when I'm falling down, and I don't know what I would do without you. Yeah, you pull me up when I'm falling down. Yeah, it feels like I'm on cloud nine.
Alright, so there we go, folks. We just did another tune-up on a pretty awesome little Husqvarna camping axe. This is the sheath that comes with it. Really well made leather sheath. Has a belt loop on it. The axe slips in. It has a retention loop. And what I do is pass this string through the loop and then pull it nice and tight and dog it down on that string. Now you got a really secure sheath. I'll probably end up building a new one for it just because that's what I do, but you don't need to fret. If you buy this, it comes with a bomber sheath that's going to last you a lifetime. It's riveted, it's welted, so you won't cut through it. It's heavy duty. It's a little bit large for my taste. There's a little bit more play in there than I like to see in a bit mask, but it will function just fine, so you don't have to worry about having to replace that right off the bat. So what we did was we filed and ground the bit just back about as far as it was already ground from the factory. They just had a real ugly grind, so I cleaned it up real good, reduced a little bit of friction, put a good convex edge on it, burned the handle black and coated it in beeswax, and then we put on these rubber inner tube pieces to provide a little extra grip to protect it against an overstrike. They add to the look. The whole thing has sort of an old world backcountry engineered look. So this axe is all tuned up and ready for the field, and I think it just might be one of my favorite Husqvarna models yet.
Hey, I don't know if I told you that I think you're beautiful, and how I can't wait to hold you. Yeah, you pull me up when I'm falling down, and I don't know what I would do without you. Yeah, you pull me up when I'm falling down. Hey, now look into my eyes. You can use them as a mirror, baby. You're my ticket to paradise. Hey, now everything's alright. We've been longing for each other, and it feels like I'm on cloud nine. I don't wanna be without you. This is something that I know for sure. It's just something about you. I just want more. Tell me what you wanna do right now. Tell me what you wanna do tonight. I really don't care as long as I'm with you. Hey, now look into my eyes. You can use them as a mirror, baby. You're my ticket to paradise. Hey, now everything's alright. We've been longing for each other, and it feels like I'm on cloud nine. Look into my eyes. You can use them as a mirror. You're my...
Well, folks, I hope you enjoyed that. I know I certainly did. It's always a treat when I get to get my hands on a brand new axe and do a complete tune-up on it, especially when I get to take you along for the ride. If you got anything out of that, consider subscribing to this channel, ring that notifications icon so you get notified when I have new uploads. Thank you for watching Survivology 101, and I'll see you on the next one.